Have you ever wondered why we pursue certain activities for the sheer joy they bring us? It's all thanks to the reward and pleasure systems nestled deep within our brains. These systems greatly influence our behaviors and decisions, driving us towards activities that trigger these feel-good responses. For decades, psychologists have delved into these fascinating mechanisms. One of the most notable pioneers in this field is James Olds, who took our understanding of pleasure and reward to new heights. So, let's dive into Olds' groundbreaking experiments. In the 1950s, James Olds, a psychologist, decided to dive deep into the nature of pleasure and reward. His curiosity led him to an experiment that would forever change our understanding of the brain's reward system. In his lab, Olds implanted tiny electrodes into the brains of rats. These electrodes were strategically placed in the areas believed to be the pleasure centers of the brain. The rat's brain, once wired, became a platform for an intriguing study. Olds used these electrodes to deliver small jolts of electricity, akin to a tiny spark of joy, directly into the rat's brain. This electrical brain stimulation was used as a reward, a pleasure boost, if you will, for the rats. The rats quickly learned that by performing certain actions, they could trigger this stimulation, leading them to repeat these behaviors over and over again. But what does this tell us? Well, Olds' experiments unveiled a fascinating insight into the workings of the brain. He discovered that our brains have specific reward centers, areas that light up with activity when we experience pleasure. More importantly, he demonstrated that these centers can be manipulated, essentially allowing us to control behavior through pleasure. These findings not only revolutionized our understanding of the brain's reward system, but also how we perceive pleasure and motivation. So next time you find yourself reaching for that extra piece of chocolate, remember, it's not just your sweet tooth at play. It's also your brain's reward system in action. The implications of Olds' findings were far-reaching. His pioneering work in the field of neuroscience and psychology opened up a whole new understanding of how our brains operate. His experiments demonstrated that the brain's reward system plays a crucial role in driving our behaviors, our motivations, and even our addictions. His findings laid the groundwork for a deeper exploration into the brain's reward system. Researchers started examining how these pleasure centers could influence a range of behaviors, from the simple joy of eating a favorite meal to the complex mechanisms behind substance addiction. Olds' experiments also paved the way for understanding mental health disorders. Scientists began to explore how dysfunctions in the brain's reward system could contribute to conditions such as depression and anxiety. Even today, his influence is felt. Current research into addiction, motivation, and mental health disorders continues to build upon the foundations laid by Olds' groundbreaking work. So next time you find yourself irresistibly drawn to your favorite activity, remember, it's all down to the intricate workings of your brain's reward system.